You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Oh, welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is July 30th, 2021. That's right. One more day of July. Hey! We're going to go back to Monday through Saturday. Yeah. Football's going to be starting. And I need Sundays wide open. So we're going to go back to Monday through Saturday. Hey, you know what? Monday through Friday's guaranteed. Just take it for what it is. Saturday and Sunday's just bonus. So if I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. But Saturday, we're going to start that next week. So we're still going to do Sunday this week. The last week. Well, maybe not. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll change Sunday time. Maybe we'll go earlier. I don't know. Just plan on tomorrow not having a show. Excuse me, but Sunday I'll do the last Sunday. Whoa, hey, what is this I see already this early in the show? Are you kidding me right now with this? Are you seriously testing me? Do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm getting it ready. All right. William Bridges with a $20 super chat. Yes, Goof On and Friday. Thank you very much. Mr. William Bridges, a continuing supporter. Wait, what? Who? What? What is this? Oh! Tim Tencent with a $20 super chat. Holy macadamia nuts. You guys are absolutely unbelievably super duper mucho gusto generoso tonight. Starting a show off like this, two $20 super chats, and we're not even a minute old. I know the intro's a little long. Sorry about that. That's the intro. It gets the asses in the seats. Plus, it motivates me. I like, hey, what? Oh, my God. Oh, my heart. What am I seeing? This can't be true. Is it true? Is that a $50 super chat from Tommy L? Oh, Tommy! You almost did it. You almost did it. You almost took me, Elizabeth. Thank you, Tommy. 50 for future nachos. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Future nachos. Thank you, man. Tommy, you are unbelievable. And I think you still hold that record for the most super chat dollar amount ever. You are the most super generoso. It's unbelievable. Thank you. And I know you're listening while you're out on the road, right? I know that. Guys, thank you very much. Tim and William, you guys rock. Thank you very much for that support. I feel like my face is hurting already. I'm smiling so much. Thank you, guys. The record is $450. The total amount? I think it's like $600. I think it is now. Something like $600. Yeah. That I don't know. Wait a minute. Mr. DB Cooper. I have to add it all up. Mr. DB Cooper might have that title right now. Oh, as a matter of fact, he does. Yeah. It's high. It's a lot. It's probably almost $1,000. And the camera that he gave, the P9, the Nikon P900 that I use almost daily. God, I love that camera. It's so easy to use now. It's like breathing for me. Thank you guys, everybody. Super mucho generoso right off the top of the show. Thank you, Tommy. Thanks, Tim Sint. And welcome to the show. Roll call, everybody. I'll do it quick. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Felicia Flores, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. Dark Sky, Rich, welcome to the show. Ooh. Samantha Morris, hey, I saw you earlier. Welcome to the show. Love Wins, hey, welcome to the show. Martin R., welcome to the show. IR Film, welcome to the show. Ian Burwell, nice to see you. Yo, welcome to the show. Mike Johnson, what's up, MJ? How are ya? I don't know what I was saying. I was going to say, how are ya? How are ya? Thomas Fessler. Every time I think of your name, it's not a bad thing. I think, Mr. Fessler. Isn't that the guy who was in Ghostbusters? How are you doing, Mr. Fessler? Could you please take a seat? Yes, Mr. Fessler. You're a good friend. Thank you very much for hanging out. Welcome. Felicia, did I already say it? If not, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Teddy, Laurent, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. I have to wear the glasses tonight. Allergies are just poofing this eye. I'll tell you what, air conditioning's not working on my car, so I'm driving with the windows open, and this is what happens. I woke up this morning, I was Cloudy with the chance of UFOs, welcome to the show. Oh, I thought it was the two old bottle diggers. The two old diggers, welcome to the show. Generoso. That's GENEROUSO. IR Film, welcome to the show. Martin R. Well, say it again, say it about the show. Stargate Traveler, welcome to the show. Randall Hill, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Christian Sean. Sean Christian. Don't know which way I say it, but we love you as well. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Justin. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, man. Gigi Abby Lynn. Welcome to the show. Nathan Nitsky. Nathan's Hot Dogs. Nathan Allen. Welcome to the show, bud. Is Lisa here? I don't see her. Area 503, Manny! It is Friday. Hey, Annie, it is you. It is you. How come I'm seeing super chats, but they're not showing up on my screen? Look, the last one I see is Tommy. Hold on, let me do something. I see them popping up. Okay, here's RC Christensen with the 99-cent super sticker. Thank you very much for that. South Point, shut off. South Point 1360 with a $10 rounds it up to 100. Now we're at 101. I don't like to keep track. It's too much. It's too much pressure. But thank you, South Point 1360. Thank you, RC Christensen. The 99-cent super sticker. Super generoso. South Point 1360. Right back at everybody. Thank you all for chipping in. And don't forget, we do survive on all of this. That's how the channel stays full-time. That's how I get to go out and edit. That's how I get to, stay home and edit, go out and film stuff. I'm going out to the Gulf of Mexico tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. Not in the boat, but going around. Anyway. Yep. So there's PayPal. You could always support if you want to do it once a month through Patreon. Was it Patreon? Patron? Whatever. All the links are in the chat description, comment section, whatever of the show. Yeah, you guys really threw. The guest didn't show. The guest didn't show. Hey, John Vittor, welcome to the show. Tommy L, did I? No? Welcome to the show. Don D, welcome to the show. Dark Sky, I already said it. Say it again. Welcome to the show. Sir Wolf 67, welcome to the show. Kingfish Kebab, welcome to the show. Hey, there he is. My new friend, Conflict Radio Official. I see ya. Yeah, now we're on. Now we're good. Aiden McLaughlin. Did I check? Yeah, I checked out. I know who David Adair is. Of course I know, Aiden. David Adair, are you kidding me? That story's phenomenal, by the way. There were some things I forgot about that. Hey, Brandon Moore, welcome to the show. Mr. Huthmaka, welcome to the show. Mario UFO, welcome to the show. Teddy, did I say it? No, I don't think I did, but I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Stargate Traveler, welcome to the show. Hey, Blue Chicken, welcome to the show. I know. You flew here, your wings are tired, I get it. Christian, with a bunch of turds for me. I don't blame you. Some people don't like Goof On. It's weird. They don't get it. I wouldn't like it if it was me. Hey, Gorilla Gamer, glad you can make it. Thank you very much. All right. Is that it? Alcy, Tiger, Third Phaser, Rock Fam. What's up? Welcome to the show. All right, that's enough. That's it. Wait, what is this? See? Super chats popped in. They didn't populate. And I think I know why. As I'm holding up the scroll to read these, they come in. So, with that being said, John Vittor with a $4 super chat says, glad to be here. Well, you know what, dude? I'm happy to have you here. Thank you very much. Hey, seriously, dude? Conflict Radio Official with the $5 super chat for your new friend. Yes. Larry! That's the guy who is coming on the show with the $5 super chat. Sorry I'm late. We can do it at 6 p.m. my time. That'll give me a chance to get my hair in shape. Larry, hold on a second. Let me think about this because I set something up. since you didn't, you're late. All right, didn't hear. It's fine. I don't want to go do more than 2 hours. See, so so if you're gonna come on, we can do an hour, if that's all right. So what I'll do is, and I appreciate you coming here, by the way. I am going to send you a link to the show now to your email, and whenever the top of the hour comes, I'll see you pop up in the green room. I'll know you're here. You'll hear the show, and then we'll do an hour. That sounds good, because I do want to talk to you, and I think my fans would love it. I think you guys would love hearing what Larry has to offer. So we'll do 6. I'm putting that in your in the email now. There's the link. All you have to do is just, if you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be. We prefer you do, but if not, I understand. Just approve the microphone and the camera, and you'll be good to go. I just sent it to you, the link to tonight's show. Make it at the top of the hour, not at the bottom. That's fantastic. You see? You see how things go? I hope I got all the super chats. By the way, let me see. Yeah, I did. Thank you guys. Like, Larry, super generous. You know, I appreciate, you didn't have to do. I saw the email just now, so I'm glad you're here. All right, this is phenomenal now. Phenomenal. I just had to think. I have to cancel something, so we'll do that another night. Conflict Radio, thank you. John Vitour, thank you. You guys rock. All right, we're all caught up on super everything. So good. So good. Because you don't want to hear me all night. I don't. If you didn't notice the thumbnail, it's The Last Supper. I saw it. I don't know. So I think somebody sent it to me. I don't know who made it, but I used it as the thumbnail because it's funny. If you think about the state of ufology, that depiction's close. Here, hold on. If you think about, here I am, the state of ufology, and my shirt doesn't look too bad. You know, I never used to wear this shirt. I like this shirt. It's really comfortable. What? Yeah, 118. Oh, Larry. Well.
My car insurance alone is $130 per month.
I'm sorry, but how in the heck are you paying $100?
Thank you, Larry. All right, see you in 37 minutes. And thank you for the $5 super chat. Super mucho gusto generoso from the actual guest. I mean, that's unbelievable. You didn't have to do that, Larry. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So, if you look at the current state, hey, you know, I didn't expect to talk about this tonight, so I whipped something up as quick as I can. We do have Lou as the centerpiece, but have you noticed something? Where is everybody? Where's Lou and his 12 disciples? But have you noticed something? Why would that be playing right there? This is a bizarre night. This is bizarre. This is really a bizarre night. By the way, later on, I will have a third phase UFO report video up. I am going to recommend you come over and watch it. It's not going to be really short. It's going to be a nice, healthy video. You'll see some things from California and a few sightings you may have seen here. Some you haven't, but I'm going to throw up a couple of sightings in the mix. So you'll get everything tonight. Let me pull this up. So I want to show you. You want to play games now? Oh my God, really? Really? Oh, I meant to put that as my background. Hold on a second. So this, I mean, it depicts it. It depicts ufology. Right? Who do we got? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Right? Mick West. Of course he would be talking to Neil deGrasse Hole. Jimmy Church is looking for help. Jimmy Church is losing his fan base. They are getting up and running away unless he has, like anybody would, a really good guest. But they're not hanging out at Jimmy's show like they used to. I wonder why. Could it be supporting criminals and hoaxers? I don't know. But what if we did that here? Hey, Jeremy Corbell's coming on Goof On. Would I be supporting him? I tell you what, you want me. See, this is what I don't like about ufology. Because I'm wrong. I am wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm wrong for being upset with Alien Addict for having Tyler on. I'm wrong for SO, whatever radio show that is that cheats, for them having Lou on. I'm wrong. When Greer puts himself on his own channel, huh? No, that doesn't fit in. I am wrong. See me fidgeting with my button? I'm nervous. That's a nervous tick right there. I got no respect. Hey. We need to hear from these people. Because the people that are talking in mainstream media, they're speaking for all of us in the community. Next. What is that? Hal Puthoff? Is that? It is. Hal Puthoff ufology to die. That's what he's doing right now. Here we go. Here's George Napster. He is like Napster. Just wrong. Don't you think? There's something wrong with Nap. He is the Napster. He is the Napster of ufology. I don't know. No, look it up if you were too young to remember Napster. See this guy in the background? We'll get back to him. That's John Greenwald. I'm going to get rid of me for a second. Can you see this? Okay, you can see this, right? Let me open it for you. Whoa, that was the wrong way. What happened? What did I do? Oh, here we go. Hold on. I don't even know my own computer anymore. I swear, it's all different now. Whoa! All right, so we got the right side. Yeah. Let's move over here for a bit. I don't know who that is. It's Mary. Right, in the depiction here, well, Mary would go here with the V for vagine. That's what this is. Grow up. So, here's a UFO. It was at the Last Supper. Don't you know that? You've never seen the, well, take a look at it. Oh, you know who this is? That's either AOC or Alex, the pilot. That's it. Alex Dietrich. There you go. Thank you. Wait a second. Who's that? Oh, that's DeShlong. Yep. Tom DeShlong. Oh, why is she here? Hey, do you think all these guys want to talk to Lou? Come on. Look at Greer. He's already got his hand on her. He's taking control of this situation right here. And you see where DeShlong is looking? He's looking all the way through Lou. No, he's looking at Lou. I don't know. It looks like he's looking in this area. Maybe he's looking at Nap. All right, we're getting to Well, now, you see how big the head is on the body? Perfect match. Perfect. Could be a little bigger, the head. Yeah? Could be a little bigger. This is Dr. Stephen Greedy. Greedy? Greedy. Dr. Greed. Dr. Greed has to be relevant. If he's not being talked about, he'll make a documentary. He'll take $400,000 to make a $1,000 documentary. Use old footage, splice it together, and call it new. Take things out of context, did he, with Sheehan? Who cares? He made his money. Congratulations, Greedy. See this? Look what he's trying to do. This is the state of ufology for him, Corbell. Crazy eyes is what I call him. Right? But he's trying to look like something else and nobody notices him. Making himself into a conehead. Jesus hands. See? It ain't me. It's not me. Yes, it's you. This is the future. You are looking at the future. You are looking at expressions that will never be forgotten. Look at this. He is scared. And guess who he's scared of? James Fox, the other documentarian maker. Docu-film maker. James Fox, who has a nice demeanor here. Nice boyish smile. Kind of almost trying to, yoo-hoo, loo, yoo-hoo, you want to be in my next movie, woo-hoo. Corbell's like, what about me? And then, in a dress, looks like he's got some pearl necklace here or something. Christopher Mullen. That's right. Probably knows everything. Got the money. Got the backing. Got the family wealth. I even think he's got lipstick on. Call me open-minded. But I think he's got some lipstick on. And our good friend, the only person who is literally calling Fox right now. He's on hold, probably speaking with Tucker Carlson. That's John Greenwald from the Black Vault. The only one who doesn't really care about money like the others. Who doesn't really care about being in the limelight like Jesus Elizondo. What he's doing, he's getting that next story. He's a happy guy. Look, he doesn't want anything from nobody. He's just smiling for the camera. Because you know what? Lou's going to be responsible for everything. He has got one hand out, as you can see here, and the other hand turned over. Do you know what that means? Here, he's like, believe everything I'm telling you. And here, he's saying, don't listen to me. Do you understand the symbology? The symbolism? The symbol? With the hands? Take a look at this. And if you don't see it, for some reason, get your eyes checked. You're blind. Look at this. Lou's wearing blue and red. Republicans and Democrats. Because why? Because everything is political for Lou. This isn't just some cartoon. You know, somebody put some heads on. This is real to me, right? This might have to be my mural that I look at every single day from here on out. This tells the truth. Look at Jimmy. Lou, come on my show. I've got coffee. Keep you up for hours. Right? These two, they'll be banging each other's heads back and forth He doesn't know where the hell he is, Hal Puthoff. He's hit that I can't believe I got away with this shit age, you know? But let's not be blind. Okay? Let's not be blind and take this for what it is. It's everything. It's ufology. It's Lou and everybody else. If I was making that, I would have put Corbell next to Lou, but I figured out what happened. Lou doesn't trust Corbell, so he had him go next to the other documentarian. This is the state of ufology right now. Where is everybody? They're here. They're plotting. They're breaking bread with each other. They're writing scripts. I'm serious. This isn't a joke. This is absolutely what's going on. Take a look at Lou's plate. What do you see? Nothing. Nothing. Because he's gluttonous. He ate it all so fast. It looks like he's about to take a big dump on ufology, right? He's got food all the way up to his neckline. Look at it. It's like a muffin top. Lou Muffin Head. Come on, Jesus Lou. Elizondo. You're turning into Elizondo. That's what's happening. Better watch out. You better not cry. Lou Elizondo. Garbanzo. I got nothing. Ufology's on hold right now, in case you haven't noticed. Why else do you think we're talking about Travis Walton? Why? I got to check something out. There's something going on right now. See that? That was supposed to be my background. That's tomorrow's thumbnail. I got to check something out right now. I'm glad you guys made it. Thank you so much. Seriously. Unbelievable tonight. We're still going to have Larry. Larry's going to save the night. Larry is going to save the night. Absolutely will. This is by Jose Sanchez, which is really from Disney and George Lucas and Star Wars. I can't fit it. I can't fit your name in there, but I'm going to have to just put it this way. He draws these. He's an artist. And he drew this. Which way do I go? Stupid chair. It's Mando and whatever her name is. Yeah. Mandalorian, still my favorite thing I've watched in the last year. Still my favorite. I'm watching it again. But I like him behind me like that. I feel comfortable now. I'm protected. Yeah, something else is going on.
How are you discussing everything when he didn't even listen to the evidence, Jimmy Church?
Okay, let's do this. And that is who Travis Walton is. So
yeah, so Travis, listen, people wanted me to review this whole interview, but I could do it in 2 minutes. Travis Walton comes on and just says, "Oh, people are manipulating Mike. People manipulated Mike Rogers. They're trying to sell a story. You know, none of this is true." And Jimmy Church just went, "Oh, okay. None of this is true then. I don't even need to listen to that tape, right? I don't even need to consider the possibility that Travis Walton made this up, right?"
If you are out there and if you're listening to my voice right now and you want to talk smack, save it. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, it is. I'm talking smack on you right now, Jimmy Church. It's going on YouTube, Twitch, let's see, Facebook Live, and I think 14 audio podcasts. You're not going to get away with this, Jimmy Church. People are going to hear that you just didn't even listen to the evidence and help Travis Walton try to weasel out of the incredible evidence that this was hoaxed. And, you know, here we go. Anybody with evidence that disproves my fake alien story is evil, right? They're stupid, and I'm not going to entertain anything from them. That's the gist of his argument here. He lives in an echo chamber where even when he's 100% completely and totally wrong about something, you know, he's just blocking people left and right in his live chat that disagree with him, and that makes him an intellectual weakling and a coward.
By you doing that for your own ego, because that's the only reason it's done. You're doing it for clicks. You're doing it for ego.
This guy saying anybody's doing anything for clicks is a joke. Didn't you host Corey Good, right?
Dorothy Hawkins with a $10 super chat says, glad you're on the air. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, you came at a good time. The guest will be here in about 17 minutes, and we're going to talk about the Bible and stuff and aliens. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up and tell you what's happening. I love this Stephen Cambion show right here, the one with Jimmy Church. Well, all of them. This one's really funny. But not only funny, it's good. Jimmy's getting his ass handed to him. Dorothy, thank you very much. $10 right back in the Super Mucho Gusto. Oh, I was supposed to let you know for sure today, and I forgot to check on something on 100% if I'm going to be going to Washington. I'll have to do it tomorrow or Sunday. Shit. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to check on something. Okay. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot. No, I can believe it. What was I going to do? Oh, what is this? Hey, Elena Ianu with the $10 super sticker. Super mucho gusto generoso, Elena Ianu. Ianu. Ianiao. Thank you. It's a heart being held by a cute little fox, squeezing it together. I guess that's for me. And thank you very much. I actually feel the love. I feel the warmth. You feel that? We feel it. Little Lou felt it. He fell right to sleep. Look at how cute he is. Thank you, guys. Gals. People. What do you say? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Right back into the goof on kitty. Unbelievable. You guys are like really the best. The best.
Secret space astronaut who claimed he time traveled, right? Yeah. How'd that work out for you? Oh, that's right. He stabbed you in the back and you didn't even say anything about it, right? You didn't even say anything.
All right. I do have more stuff here. I forgot. By the way, these sightings later, there's one of them that is just phenomenal. I just got approval to use it from the guy. I can't wait to show you. I almost showed you last night and I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. I got this cache of videos. It's Canada secret UFO cache, but it's I don't know how many, possibly thousands of these UFO videos. Oh, check this one out. This isn't part of it, but watch this. Come on with the mouse. This one was from TikTok. Somebody sent this to me. There's a white dot that goes somewhere. Watch. I can't make it larger. That's what she said. What? How do I make it larger? That's what she said. Shut up. Do I just click on it? Oh, that's it. Watch. Right around the mountain. Right here. Okay. Time to debunk. You ready? This is something on the glass. That's all. And you can see when the person zooms in how the object moves oddly. I saw the super chats come in. You guys threw me off. We'll come back to that sighting. Mario UFO with a $2 super chat says, "Goof on rocks." I can't disagree. And Mac with a $2 super chat says, Super mucho gusto generoso into the goofonoso kitty so. Road trip so? Washington so. Giddy up. Thank you. See, this is what happens with this much time to prepare. This much. But it's all going to be fine in about 10 minutes, so we're good. You guys just have to sit through for a few more minutes. That's it. Hey! GG Abby Lynn with a $5 super sticker. That goes into the Goof on Kitty. It is a kimono wearing a kimono fox wearing a kimono saying good job. $5 right back into the Goof on thing. Mucho gusto generoso. GG Abby Linso. Hey, wait, no. Well, let's not call it the DC fund yet. JLR, but thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I got to check on something to verify. If it doesn't happen, I can't go. But you know what? Most likely I will be. So, thank you. $5 super chat from JLR. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso. Right back into the Goof on. See, Thomas Fessler, nicest chat room. The guys are the bomb. The bomb. Oh, good to know. I'm sure they did. Alien girl's here. Hey, alien girl. Uno. One. Welcome to the show. Chuck Bam, welcome to the show. Jailer, welcome to the show. Oh, we already did that? In about 15 minutes or so, our guest will be making an appearance. Let me pull something up here for you. I want you to understand what's going on. It's from Larry. He says, life's research between people like yourselves and the Bible. He has a website called emergingtruths.com. I'm going to show it to you. And there it is. Wait, what? Are you kidding? Seriously? Just now? Right now? That's real? Oh, wow. Mike Johnson with a $7 super chat. I like your thoughts on bringing in guests. Thank you. Yeah. You like my thoughts on bringing in guests. Okay. Thanks, Mike. $7 right into the Mucho Gusto Generoso Goof on Cupso. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. What's up, Frapsap? I saw you squeak in. How you doing? What's up, Stephen A? So, a few years ago... What's that? It's Larry, Gerndt, takes a look at the story of Adam and Eve. which he says he has a surprising bit of new information that might rock our worlds. Or look at the Ark of the Covenant as example topics of what information that he has that seemingly came to him from above. He's not religious. He says, don't worry about that. This isn't going to be one of those. You know? Nobody's Bible thumping. That's why I thought it would be interesting to hear that correlation maybe. Hey, if he has some new information, I'd like to hear about it. He says, a few years ago, I decided to read the entire Bible, starting with, I thought, the Old Testament, but I had a mission. I've always felt that there was a great mystery reading God, gods, extraterrestrials, angels, etc., and I wanted to see what I could make of it. Having long been a believer in UFOs, I was already acquainted with the ancient aliens theory, the idea that the gods of old were actually extraterrestrials. A compelling case for this was made most recently by the History Channel series Ancient Aliens, but it's not a new theory. In 1970, Eric von Däniken published his seminal work, Chariots of the Gods, and although few were convinced back then, the theory has been gaining credibility ever since. Who could forget Arthur C. Clarke's opening scene of 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Dawn of Man, with the monkeys and the monolith, and so eloquently portrayed this idea that ETs were the missing link. Although these ideas fascinated me, I felt I had to read the Old Testament myself before I could make a judgment. Then he says his journey began keeping up with the ancient alien theory in mind. He cracked open a King James Bible and resolved to slog through it, Old English and all. Having read a few passages in my youth, I expected it to be dry and boring. First up, Genesis and the story of Adam and Eve, which had me immediately engaged over a puzzle I saw in the story. And by the time I'd finished the second book, Exodus, goosebumps. The evidence was overwhelming. Technology, highly advanced technology, was being used back then to produce those supernatural events. What was once a book I never wanted to read transformed before my eyes into a book of clues to an amazing truth. We are not alone. We have overseers. When I finished the Old Testament, I was convinced that the Elohim, those who said, let us create man in our image, were indeed extraterrestrials who had genetically engineered Adam and Eve and who had furthermore been responsible for all the supernatural events documented in the Bible. I was also convinced that they were still here. With that, my journey began, and over time I was compelled to write the articles on this website. But dear reader, before you conclude that I have reduced God to an alien race, let me throw a monkey wrench in the works. I like this part. I've come to believe in pretty much everything Jesus spoke of, not Elizondo. Life after death, the kingdom of heaven, and his mysterious Father. But how does that square with the idea of ancient aliens, you ask? Good question. Oh my, would you look at the time? That's what it says in the thing. So we'll leave it there. Just to give you a little, is that a preamble? I think that was like a preamble, right? Isn't that what a preamble is? Let's take a look. Preamble. What does the preamble mean? All right. And we do this on GoofOn from time to time. We like to teach. What's going on? Do you guys hear this? I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, I know what it is. We never got back to it. The video here. All right, so it's a thing on the windshield, on the window. You could even see errors. You can see the window, I think, in one part. But you can see that this thing wiggles a little bit when the camera wiggles. Watch it replay. And the replay, watch. So you'll see it. Now watch how the shake's weird. Right there. Doesn't match. And then I saw a line come down here. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. The reflection of something came in the window as well. You can barely see it. See how that weird? It was like it hesitated. When it was zooming in, the object was probably moving at the speed of the zoom, if that makes sense. So it looked like it almost even stopped moving. Watch. That's what happens when there's a reflection, because you're not really focusing on the object at hand. You're really seeing something very close right next to the camera. So if the camera moved, it moved. And if it's zooming in, then it's going to make it look like something else it isn't. Anyway, one more time. All right, this is my opinion. Think about this. Why would the object disappear into a portal? There's no portal. When the camera guy moves in, he's covering up that reflection. Now you're going to say, Rich, but he's looking into, watch. Look here, look. Are we looking outside the airplane window right here? Okay, it's right here. So it looks like there's something out there, but I don't think it is. I think it's something to the left of this person holding the camera. And that little dot is just appearing there, and he thinks it's something maybe out there, or she. But when they get closer to the window, it disappears because they move in the way of the thing that's causing the reflective light here. So their body is covering it up. You don't believe me? Watch the way the object disappears from right to left. Very fast, though. There it goes. I don't know. Maybe it's a real UFO. What do I know? Yeah, and they're looking out a window for a reflection of something to be seen. It would have to be really, I don't know. Just the way it moved made me think it was something in the window here. It just moves weird. It doesn't move naturally, especially when they're zooming in or when the camera shakes. It actually moves like the object is much closer. That's what bothers me. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's it. That's it. No more about that. See? We almost did a whole hour. With very few minutes to prepare. Very proud of myself. Oh, by the way, Jet-Pak Man is back. Check this out. Jet-Pak Man is back at 5,000 feet. Oh, preamble? Yeah, preamble means it's an introductory statement. The introductory part of a constitution, or what is that? I don't know what word that is. Statute? Slaylut? I can't see it. It's for some reason I'm not reading that right. Statute. Man alive. That usually states the reasons for and intent, an introductory fact or circumstance, especially one indicating what is to follow. Yes, a preamble. Right? I see Larry has joined us. He's in the chat, or in the green room. So we're going to bring him on. He got up for a second. I'm going to take a drink. Larry? Larry! Larry! I can bring him on.
Aliens, you ask. Good question.
Larry!
Oh my. Would you look at
Larry.
the time?
Larry!
That's what it says in the thing.
Well, he's got my show on. Larry!
So we'll leave it there.
Over here.
Just to give you a little. Was that
Larry.
a preamble?
Larry,
I think that was
no.
like a preamble, right? Isn't that
Larry.
what a preamble is? Let's take a look.
Larry.
Preamble.
He's listening. It's about 2 minutes behind.
What's going on? Do you guys hear this?
Larry! Larry! Larry!
What's going on? Do you guys hear this? Larry!
Larry!
Yo.
Larry!
Yo.
Larry! Do you guys hear this? Larry!
Yo. Yo.
Larry!
Can you turn off the sound in the background, Larry?
Larry! Larry! Can you turn off the sound in the background, Larry?
Okay.
Larry! Can you turn off the sound in the background?
What is going on? Larry, you got to turn that sound off, man.
I don't have any sound going. Oh, wait a minute.
Larry, you got to turn that sound off, man.
Okay, I got it.
Larry.
So sorry. What a great way to make my entrance, right?
That was absolutely the most epic ever. I enjoyed it. It was funny. Hey, man, thanks for at least giving us the hour, but I'm glad. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
And your hair looks fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I just blew dried the heck out of it. Yeah, I was going to be here on time, but I was up all night. I've been having that kind of problem. And so
It's a good problem. Oh, no, that's a bad problem? Okay.
Well, I like it, but, don't tell my wife that, okay?
I hear you.
Rich, I want to come on and, first of all, just tell you how much I love your show. I've been watching Third Phase for, ever since they've been out there. But I kind of branched off onto your show, and I was so glad I found it because I like you a lot. First of all, you're just one of the kindest people. And I know you bitch a lot, but, you are a kind-hearted person, and I think people can see that. And
well, thanks, man.
We're all just tired of being jerked this way and that and lied to by, everyone. So it gets us pissed off. So that's appropriate. So keep it up.
Thanks. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow. So you've been following Third Phase for at least a decade?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So have I.
Yeah.
I used to be, you probably heard me say, I used to be their biggest hater in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey,
with
Joel.
good reason.
Hey, Jolie. Jolie. God, she's dead. I have to bring a hearing aid into my right ear, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, all right. Do you want to grab it? I mean, we can wait for you.
I will. And also, is there a way I can get my green screen working through this interface?
Are you using, oh yeah. You have to go to the settings. You see the cog wheel there or green screen?
Is it StreamYard?
Yeah, you're in StreamYard now.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
see it.
go to where it says video and it should be a green screen thing.
Camera,
You'll
face
see.
frame, show advanced options, camera resolution. That's it.
No, that's not it.
Green screen. There it is.
Cool. Then you
Okay.
just pick the picture you want to put up in the background.
Yeah, visual background. Okay. I had one chosen in Zoom, but there's not one here. So let me find it. Pictures.
So why don't you get that straightened out and then you'll get your hearing aid and then we can get started, right?
Sounds good. Give me 5 minutes.
You got it, man. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so he's going to get everything set up. That was funny, yeah. Kept going, Larry! Kind of reminded me of Impractical Jokers. Man alive, I can't think. All right, so Larry's getting set up. There's some things I wanted to show you. The Jet-Pak Man story real quick. Right? So he's back. What are the freaking odds that yesterday or the day before I said something about the Jet-Pak Man? We haven't seen him since February. He made 3 appearances. I think it was yesterday I said it. This is crazy. Oh, what did I do? I don't know why I did that. Here it is. Pilot spots possible Jet-Pak Man. 5,000 feet in the air. Here we go again with the between 3,000 and 6,000. Here's the airplane, I guess. A sighting, said to be a man in a jetpack flying some 5,000 feet in the sky, 15 miles away from LAX, occurred Wednesday. Yeah, of course, the week after I leave, or 5 days after. There were a number of similar sightings in 2020 that sparked rumors about the mysterious man dubbed Jet-Pak Man and prompted an FBI investigation into the phenomenon. UFO intelligence can't rule out aliens or foreign governments report. Come on. A Boeing 747 pilot reported seeing an object that might have resembled a jetpack 15 miles east of LAX at 5,000 feet, said an FAA spokesperson in a statement. Out of an abundance of caution, air traffic controllers alerted other pilots in the vicinity. A conversation between a pilot and air traffic personnel about the sighting was recorded.
Skywest 3626, use caution. The Jet-Pak Man is back. Let me know if you see it.
Air traffic control told the pilot.
Skywest 3626, did you see the UFO? We were looking, but we did not see Iron Man.
The pilot replied. A Jet-Pak Man was previously spotted at a training area near Palo Verde at 3,000 feet. Weeks later, he was spotted again near LAX, around 6,000 feet. The sightings are unlikely to be a man with a jetpack thousands of feet in the air, according to an FBI report. The reason is they don't have enough fuel to get to that altitude and then land safely. Yeah, they can get up there, but they can't come down and control it. So, pretty interesting. I can't believe it. It's almost as if I had a premonition. Yeah, that's what I did. All right, Larry's back. Yep, he's here. Let's bring him back in. Larry Gerndt, everybody.
Hey. I couldn't find a good Zoom background, so it looks like I'm going to be just using this ugly green screen.
Yeah, you can just do the green. To your right, I believe it's a little bit caught on something, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, let me fix that.
But it's no big deal, Larry.
I just, God, I look so shitty in this green screen. I know I'm wasting your time here. Let me see if there's any pictures I can pick. Downloads, there is one there that I can pick. Okay, save background. And
that looks great, man.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and then fix this side, which is I thought I was going to be doing all of this in a couple hours, so I was like, yeah, I'm all set. Okay. We all set?
We're all set, man.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, now I can see what we look like together. We look good together, Rich.
Oh, without a question. Are you kidding? You are now dubbed Larry in space.
All right.
So, welcome to Goof On.
Thank you so much.
So what now, I know you've been a fan of Third Phase, you've been following this show for a little bit, but you seem to, and I was reading part of your I think your book or something, your blog there. Yeah. So you got into reading the Bible just out of curiosity to see how it related to aliens, right?
Yeah, well, okay, you're right away hitting on the area that I didn't want to.
All right, well then you tell me where you want to go.
No. I'm kind of saying that tongue in cheek because
okay.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
That's what we do here, man.
And the reason I'm going to tell you the truth is I'm going to start by saying I did have what I considered to be an enlightenment experience, but it was, so the first question that somebody would have would be, well, how come I didn't have one, right? I mean, if Larry had one,
I say that a lot.
I'm a searcher, right?
Yep.
So how come it didn't happen to me? And so I don't want people to feel like that. So I want to tell them the truth, which is the truth is that about 20 years ago, I got laid off and I got hooked on crank. And I just started feeling like so physically good. You know, crank is crystal methadone is a killer drug because it makes you feel so fantastic in the beginning. And I kind of went into a mental, not spiraling, just kind of a deep dive into my mind, because when you're on that stuff, you're up for 3 days at a time. And you know, you probably heard the stories, you start hearing voices in your head, and yeah, that's kind of true. And that's kind of what I was experiencing. But I wanted to throw that in there because, like I said, I don't want people to question, well, how come I didn't have an experience where I could hear God or whatever? And, you know, whether it was God or not, I really can't tell you. And did I actually have interactive conversations? Not really. Or I can tell you some things I learned about telepathy, at least the way it was working with me. It was very hit and miss. I could not, it was not interactive where, and I didn't even really know who it was. At first I thought I was being harassed. And I ended up, Rich, I was a software programmer. This was about 25 years ago. And I ended up I was laid off at the time. And I was expecting to get another job, but then I got mixed up in this and started going to the bars. And
Larry, I have to interrupt you for a second because it's hard to hear you 100%.
Yeah, I may need to
no, your laptop mic is on, not that microphone.
Oh, let me switch to the, sorry.
Yeah, because when you get next to the microphone, it doesn't help. Okay. Sorry, man. I'm having a hard time hearing with the headset on, and I see somebody else made a comment too. It's all right, man. Just switch it. Oh, wow. Thank you. What a difference. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So I don't want to spend too much time on this aspect, but yeah, so I spent the next, I lost everything. I was laid off at the time, so the first thing I lost was my apartment. And I had a girlfriend at the time. She's now my wife. Thank God for that. And she stuck with me throughout this whole thing, but she was not living with me. So I ended up blowing into some motel room and spending a year and a half there. Now, where did the money come from? I have no idea. They kept charging my card. My card was already maxed out, but they were doing it in a manual way. And the funny thing is, my name is Gerndt, right? But on the card it said Gerndt. So I used to say, well, Larry Gerndt, I'm not. Maybe that's why I'm getting the room paid for. But my favorite one was who's paying for the room, because I have a little joke about the name Who. So I'll talk to you about that later. But it was really the best of times, and it was the worst of times, because you know, I was just an engineer. I was not a druggie all my life, and I got mixed up with this crank, and really went into a mental realm that I had never been in before, and then started hearing these voices. And to this day, I can't tell you whether it was real, but I like to say to Jesus, because it's these days it's more of a kind of a one-way communication. I don't get too much back, but I like to tell people that if it wasn't Jesus, it sure as hell should have been. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was really wanting that to be true, and I was vulnerable, and I was I was doing crank, but yeah, it should have been him, and I think it was, and I can't prove it. But I'm not here to tell you anything that I learned from that experience, because that would be useless. You didn't have the experience. But what I can do is tell you some things that I think relate to all of us. And so I do think that for today, maybe we should focus on the story of Adam and Eve. And that story, let me get this screen out of the way. Okay, what do I look like here?
So that's beautiful.
Thank you. I was gonna wait until my dental got done, but I just said screw it. I'm gonna do it. This is the result of COVID. So don't say COVID never gave. I won't say COVID never gave me something good, because it did. It gave me a chance to grow my hair the way I wanted it. And Rich, true confession, I've always wanted to be a girl, but that's just the way it is, you know. You know that feeling that some people have always wanted to be the opposite gender? I've had that. So
I've heard of it. Yeah, I never experienced that, but I know people who have. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So where are we? We're 20 years ago. I'm just fucking up my life, basically.
You were cranking it.
Yeah. And I started, hearing these things, and I thought I was being harassed by somebody, and eventually these voices were not friendly at first. I was being called asshole and all of this, and I eventually at some point said, my name is not asshole, it's Ashley. It's so stupid. But anyway, these voices kind of transformed, and their attitude kind of transformed at some point, where they started out being more harassing, and they ended up being more like just more supportive, still mysterious as hell. But I was starting to get thoughts that I could not believe were coming from my mind. And the upshot of all of this is that here I am in a motel room, and there's nothing to read, right? I have my computer there, which I've spent a lot of time on that, but there was one book in the motel room, and that was the Bible. And
what kind of thoughts were you having that you couldn't believe?
That I couldn't believe?
Yeah, you said you were having some thoughts.
Yeah, that I couldn't believe were coming from me. This is hard to describe, but the way telepathy seemed to be working with me was that they would say something, and it would come into some channel where my mind would then put words to it. And but I couldn't quite hear it. And when I did think, oh, okay, wait a minute, I did hear that, it was this. And then I would look at what they said, and it was like, oh my God, I never had that beautiful of a thought, or, and frankly,
Yeah.
I can't remember too many of these examples. I will tell you one that there is one takeaway that's kind of out of context here, but one day, this is towards the end of the experience, I was eating a hamburger, okay, sitting on my motel bed, looking out the motel window by myself, talking to God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm eating a hamburger at the same time, and I'm talking to God, and I just kind of got a kick out of that, because I didn't have to use my mouth to talk. I could be chewing my hamburger and still stating a question. And so I stated the question, and I said, how does telepathy work anyway? And this is about the only time I got a really clear answer out of them, just straightforward reply, and it said, it has to do with the pineal gland. And this was back in '96. So take that for what it's worth. Apparently, ever since then, people have been saying that the pineal gland is indeed where telepathy happens.
But isn't this the drug messing with your hormone imbalance and dehydration and not eating right and everything that goes with the addiction?
Yeah, it could very well be. It could very well be, but
still, it's creating it.
It's and I can't claim that this was anything but a drug-induced mental masturbation for 1.5 years, but
Jesus.
Man, it changed my life, and
Yeah.
I came out of it a different person, and I had a belief. It wasn't the belief that but trust me, I want to tell your folks that they're probably wondering, is this guy a church? Is he now a churchy or something like that? I'm certainly not. I think mainstream religion is one of the most disgusting developments that I can see in the world today, but it's on par with everything else, right? Mainstream everything is fucked up, and we all see that clearly, don't we?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, they're the worst. Yeah.
So the truth is found in the fringes, and well, anyway, so I started reading that Bible that I found in there, and boy, all of a sudden I felt all these positive accolades coming in, like, yes, do that, yes, do that, and we love the Bible and stuff like that. So,
that's what you're hearing?
Yes. And so
how many voices?
Just one.
Is it your voice?
It probably is, but
does it sound like you?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have it doesn't have a sound. It doesn't have a sound. Well,
what?
Yeah, it's telepathy, and it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's not exactly a sound.
It's a feeling that you just know what to do without hearing it. It's a feeling, maybe?
Yes, and I think this communication, this telepathic communication, starts with feeling transmission.
Okay.
And I think that the communication is in the feeling wave. It's like an analog wave. And when it reaches your brain then attempts to put words to the feeling, because that's what we do when we think in these analog terms, analog feelings, and then our brain automatically is putting words to it because that's its job.
Yeah.
That's the way I think telepathy works. And so that seemed to be what was happening. But so I'm reading the Bible, and the very first thing in the Bible, is basically the story of Adam and Eve. And okay, so I'd always kind of felt that this was an unfair story. I didn't like the story. Something was wrong with it. But I wanted to read it and see what I could make out of it. And as soon as I started reading it, I was just kind of blown away, because at the end of the first pass of reading this story, my first thought was, this is appalling. This is just, it looks like what they're saying is that the serpent was telling the truth and God lied. How could that be? How could our Bible be saying that? And I still don't know whether the Bible is trying to say that, but if you look at the face value of the story, that is in fact what seems to be going on. If I can bring up my, can I share my screen and bring up my website?
I have your website up here, but yeah, you can share. You see the share button down there?
Yeah.
So then you'll have to, are you using one screen, one monitor, or two?
One.
So then you'll have to pick it, bring it over. Yeah, you'll see it. It's pretty easy.
I see. Entire screen.
But I also have it open right now. If you want, I can do it for you. See if you can do it.
Window.
It's just, we don't have a lot of time, so that's why.
Right.
Oh, there. Okay. Did you do it?
Is that working?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get rid of mine. Here we go. Add to stream. Nope. You just added you. You got to add the other thing back. You got to add the screen you want on there.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. We'll. I don't want to get into the weeds of that. So.
Well, I have it open if you want.
Yeah, let's look at it together.
Hold on. Let me. Oh, shh. There was two Larrys. So it said, do you want to kick Larry? And I had the one highlighted, and it kicked all the Larrys out. Larry, you got to get back in here, buddy. Larry, you got to use the link to come back in. When Larry comes back, tell me if you hear an echo. I just put the echo cancellation back on. I think that'll help when we share screens with guests. I used to have it on. I took it off, and we were hearing the echo when we'd have guests on if I was sharing a screen. So let me know. I hope he comes back. I hope he doesn't think, the worst here. I mean, Larry! Well, while Larry's coming back to us, hopefully, we will take a look here at his website. This started off shaky, so it doesn't surprise me that we're right now shaky. This is the website, Emerging Truths, one man's unorthodox views of selected Bible stories. So, yeah, I thought it was a lot longer than this. He hasn't come back yet. Should have been back here by now. He might be, Brandon. He might be. His hair did look good, I have to admit. He had great hair. The thing is, there he is. Yeah, let me bring him back.
Did I leave?
No, there was 2 Larry Gerndts, and
No.
I highlighted one, and it said, "Do you want to kick this Larry Gerndt?" And I said, "Yes," and it kicked all of you.
Ah, okay.
It shouldn't have done that, but it did. I can bring up the. I want to hear. Do you hear an echo at all?
No.
All right, so I did it. I fixed it. So here is your stuff. There's now. Is this the website Emerging Truth?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So I have it up here. We were looking at it before. I actually read a few of these paragraphs here.
Yeah.
So where would you like me to go?
I'd like to go to Adam and Eve.
Oh, cool. Okay. The story of Adam and Eve and what happened in the garden has some bizarre aspects to it, which seem to have been completely overlooked by the mainstream. Okay, so explain that.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you have another way you want to go.
No, that's the one. And so if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see that I've colored the entire story so that we can see who's talking. Isn't that nice?
That's perfect. I like that a lot, actually.
So let's read through this if we can real quick, and then I'll
all of this?
No.
Well, can you just give
maybe too much, right?
Okay, it's a lot.
That's the whole story. So people, when you go to the website, that's all you have to deal with. That's the entire, interaction, at least up until they get to the punishments. But okay, so let's go on past that paragraph and see.
So, yeah, I was reading as quickly as possible. Serpent was more, what is that? Subdued? Subtle?
Subtle. Which is...
I can't read it. All right. Then any beast of which the Lord God hath made, and said unto the woman, Ye hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. What are we doing here? Why that? Is that from the Bible?
Oh, yeah.
And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Wait, so you eat from the garden and you become a god?
You eat from that special tree that you're not allowed to eat from, and you will become just like God. And
That
by the
you're
way,
not? Oh, that you're not allowed to eat from, then you become a god?
yeah.
Why is it that you're not? So that sounds pretty good to me.
Well, let's summarize it, right? He says originally to them, you know, you can eat from any of these trees, but this one right here in the middle, don't eat from that one. For the day that you eat of that one, you will surely die. And they actually listened to him, apparently, and did not eat from it. And so it appears that he sent in the serpent. And I'm going to say he sent him in as a coaxing agent to get them to do the wrong thing, or the thing that he wanted them to do.
The serpent beguiled me and I did eat. Yeah.
So the serpent comes in and he says, oh, did God say you can't eat from any of these trees? And she said, oh, we can eat from all the trees except for this one. And
so what's the point of this?
So the point of what, Rich?
Of this part we're talking about?
Well, we're just discussing what the Bible is telling us here, but
okay.
I want to make the points later on because there's a few of them, and I want to get through them before our 1 hour is up. But the serpent is saying, actually, he's lying to you, and this is his tree, and this is where he gets all of his wisdom from, and he knows that if you eat from this, you'll become just like him, and you'll know good and evil. I don't know why that's wrong, but that's what God was trying to prevent, right? So my first point is that Eve did not believe God that she would die because she looked at this fruit, she considered what the serpent said, and by the way, I should mention that I don't know whether this story really happened. None of us know whether it really happened. The only reason I'm treating it as if it's real is because they do trace their lineage all the way back to Adam and Eve. So I'm just going to assume that it's real, and try to get the meaning out of the story. All right. There is one big bombshell that I'm going to drop before I leave today that'll probably make your audience say, okay, I'm glad I listened to that.
Okay.
But let's go on with this question. So did God lie? So I'm going to read some of this.
Okay.
So oddly enough, the story makes it appear that God lied and that the serpent told the truth. God said that they would die on the day they ate the fruit of the tree as if it were poison. And the serpent said that they would not die, that their eyes would be opened, and that they would know good and evil. Exactly what you'd expect of a tree named the knowledge of good and evil, not a tree named deadly poison, right?
Right.
And that's exactly what happened, as these verses reveal. And the Lord commanded the man, saying, don't eat of this tree, blah, blah, blah. And Genesis, and the serpent said, you shall not surely die, for God does know that the day you eat of it, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And sure enough, the narrator says, and the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And the Lord God said, behold, the man has become as one of us to know good and evil. Okay, so right away we have a problem here because God said that they would die if they ate of it. But in fact, what happened was exactly what the serpent said was going to happen. So before you think that, oh, is Larry a Satanist and he's really going to take the serpent's side? No, that's not who I am. I did not like coming to this conclusion, but I think the truth is, and I had to think about it for a long time. If God lied to us, it wasn't a malicious lie, and who the heck was he anyway? I don't know. But here I have a possible resolution. And, so winking at us, virtually everyone who I've spoken to this story with regards the story as it seems like it was a setup, right? Everybody says that. It seems like it was a setup, not fair. Could it be that God secretly wanted them to choose to eat from this tree? I think so. He plants this special tree in the middle of the garden on display, as it were, and says to Adam and Eve, "Do not eat from this tree, this one right here." At this point, I'd like to imagine that God turns to us, the audience, in some mystical play and winks, as if to say, as if to acknowledge what we all know, that it will only be a matter of time before the curiosity gets
Larry,
better.
I have to jump in.
Sure.
Because it seems like we're getting a Bible lesson here, and I wanted it to be relating to the aliens and things like that, because we don't have a lot of time. So
Yeah.
can we speed it up to a part where this all connects to ET somehow?
Yes, we can. We can. I certainly understand
All
that.
right, I appreciate it.
That concern. Okay, so let me speed this up a bit here.
If there's a way you can just tie that in a little bit.
There
Because
is.
I mean,
There is, because, okay, so the question is, remember earlier I was saying that I don't think that this was something wrong or that pissed God off. I think it's what he wanted them to do. But why would he do that? I'm only guessing here, but I think he was looking for a way to push them out of the womb. And so as punishments, and I put that in quotes, we start getting these punishments that he starts handing out. And the first one is to the serpent, right? Oh, the serpent, you have done this thing to them and it's terrible. So I'm going to take your legs off. Apparently he had legs at first, and then his legs are going to fall away, and he's going to be on the ground for the rest of his life. And okay, so that's the serpent's punishment. Fine. I don't even know if the serpent was a real being. I sometimes think he was just an actor in this play. Okay, the punishment of Adam is that the ground will be really hard to farm, and the thorns and thistles it shall bring to you, and you'll till it by the sweat of your brow. Life is going to be hard, little boy, because of what you did. And then he turns to Eve and he says, because you have done this, I'm going to make pain in childbirth I'm going to make childbirth painful. What? That's where you should stop and say, what is pain? Why are you giving increased pain as a punishment in childbirth, as a punishment for what you did? And so I could not make sense out of this, and I thought about it way, way too long. But apparently there was a reason. And the reason, I think, Rich, I hope this comes out not anticlimactic, but it's a big thing for me. And that is that, let's see, is that, okay, I believe, and I think most of your viewers do too, that we were created by by an extraterrestrial race who mixed their genes with our genes, and with the native, I say the native primates at the time. Okay, and that was Adam and Eve when and that this is the same story that we've all heard in the Sumerian YouTube stories that YouTube is full of these now, and I think it's the same story, but when they created us, they increased the size of our brain in the genetic engineering, okay, or the brain just simply got larger. So the head got larger. And so this is kind of a Larry original here, but I think that's what's going on here, is that when they genetically engineered us, our brains got larger, but the womb from which the baby emerges was not enlarged enough, really, to compensate for the large head. And I thought to myself, well, these guys are engineering masters. Why wouldn't they enlarge the womb, to accommodate a larger head? And then I found out about a year later from Michio Kaku that it turns out he was on this same track quite a bit one day, and he said that it turns out that the womb cannot be enlarged any larger than it is, or we would not be able to walk upright. So we've got slightly larger heads and approximately the same size womb. There's going to be pain in childbirth more than the animals. And I believe that whoever told this story was trying to let women know that she was being punished for her transgressions, and that was why it was so painful. And that was a lie. The real reason why it was painful was because you are extraterrestrial hybrids. We made your brain larger, and that's why it hurts more for humans to have babies than it does for animals. And Carl Sagan actually observed that seemed to be the case. So that's the bombshell, and I think if you let that sit, you might get some mileage out of it. But it has some interesting implications, doesn't it? Because if this story was fed to us as wrong reasons, like what we were, we sinned, we're being punished, the pain in childbirth is due to that sin, and the difficulty in farming and life and everything is due to the curse on the ground, all not true. So we were lied to, but it was not time to tell them those things, apparently. That I don't know what. I think basically he wanted an excuse to kick them out of the womb that was Eden. And I think of Eden as a womb. So they grew up there. He fostered them. And then he set up the exit mechanism, which was, by the way, don't take from this tree. So as soon as they did that, maybe they were ready to have sex. Some people say that, like that was a sexual reawakening, whatever. But as soon as that event happened, that was the time to push them out. Now, Eden was set up at the mouth of it was the mouth of four rivers, which is kind of weird, but that would seem to indicate that was a nice spot where humans could start to, populate and go down these various rivers and just fill up the world. So that's basically it in a nutshell. This is the kind of stuff that I've been kind of mining in the Bible, and I must say the Bible is an appallingly incomplete. It's not the Word of God, in my opinion, but it could very well be the truth, and because these people were writing down what they saw, and so.
Isn't it open to an interpretation of whoever reads it, though, or am I wrong on that about the Bible?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was designed to be multi-interpretive, but I do think that it was a different day and age, and it's very difficult to translate the context. What exactly they were thinking into our modern day. I don't think the Bible is just like up for any kind of, interpretation you want to make. I think it's just a history book, Rich. And, the problem is that mankind has sort of twisted this into a religion, and then started, because it is so appallingly incomplete and so full of questions. I mean, for the first 1,000 years, Rich, they didn't understand, and I still don't understand. My biggest complaint about Christianity is this Jesus died for your sins thing. It's just disgusting to me, because it doesn't make any sense. We could get into that in a different time, but
do you believe in a God?
Yeah, I do believe in a creator God. I just don't have a clue who he is or anything about him. Except, I mean, if you look at the Old Testament and the New Testament, those are not the same. That's not the same group of beings. The Old Testament was like Jehovah. He was a pretty a pretty difficult person, and he did a lot of things that I don't agree with, and a lot of people don't agree with. For example, he set down some laws that said if you pick up sticks on Sunday, that's considered work and you should be stoned. Or if you eat shellfish, you should be stoned. Or if you have sex with another man and you're a man, you should be stoned. Or if so that was the Old Testament God. Some people like the Old Testament God because he had this great thing, an eye for an eye, right? Revenge.
So wait a minute. I don't remember. Now, why would how do you know what's the right one, the right Bible to read?
You mean Old Testament?
They have the Old and the New, right? Why is there do you know why there's an Old and I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
Yeah. Well, the Old Testament was the only thing we had until Jesus came, and it was all Hebrew. It was a Hebrew thing, it wasn't for the for the whole world, but it was what the Hebrews clung to, and it was their history book. And then at some point Jesus came here 2,000 years ago, and he was rejected by them because he didn't seem to fit the mold, and also that they were expecting, and also he didn't really praise all these hypocritical Pharisees for being as hypocritical as they were. So Jesus was coming along saying, your fathers, they ate manna in the desert from God, and they're dead. I am the true bread. He was saying that, so he was drawing a real difference between him and the old God. And the way I read it, that Jehovah was not his father, because he said his father is a spirit. So Jehovah was an Elohim. He was an extraterrestrial. There's so many things I didn't cover because I'm just doing this ad hoc. But the word Elohim is a plural word, and when that's when the Bible says, "Let us make man in our own image," it says, "And the Elohim said, let us make man in our own image and our likeness." And so, by the way, Rich, we shouldn't forget that, because if we are made to look like these other beings, and in fact, I think we are, and the Bible says we are, then there is a whole group of extraterrestrials who look just like us, except from what I've heard, they look a lot more attractive than we do. So that doesn't mean they're better people at all, because Dolores Cannon, by the way, do you know her?
I don't.
Okay, I won't mention that then. But yeah, supposedly they're still here, Rich, and they're still they could be walking among us. But that is just one faction of the extraterrestrials that are out here, the Elohim, and they are the ones that created us. So if you hear someone say, well, why would they be interested in us? Some people who are just coming to this field say, why would the ETs be interested in us? Well, one good reason might be because they actually genetically engineered us. That one race did, the Elohim. So there are other races out there, and we don't know really what's going on. The Greys are creating hybrids.
Wait a second, because you said we really don't know what's going on, and then in the next breath you said the Greys are creating hybrids. So how do you know that that's happening?
Well, just from the witnesses that are speaking out about it.
Just okay, good. Okay, I was just wondering if you had experiences. That's why.
Oh, no,
I was just curious.
No, but I will tell you.
Have you?
Go ahead, Rich.
Had an abduction experience or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, the extent of my experience was I did when I was about 17. I had a couple of friends with me, and we were laying on the beach staring at the stars, and I saw a right angler. I saw a falling star make a right angle turn.
Oh wow! Okay.
And we all this was back in 74 or something like that. We all went whoa, but that was it.
That's
and I
cool.
Sometimes think that might have been. I can tell you real briefly. I think you're. Do you have another question before I?
No. Good.
I wanted to tell you about my wife's sighting too, because I think
good.
fantastic. Okay. This happened to her many years ago, like 30s, 40 years ago. Now, do you remember a movie called The Dr. Zhivago?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't remember what the movie was about, but I remember the name of it. It was a weird name, right? So that was the movie that kind of gives you a date about when this happened, because this was playing at a drive-in theater in Denver, Colorado, and she was in the Air Force. And she went to this Mile High Drive-In Theater. It was called the Mile High Drive-In Theater. And all of a sudden, off to the side, she sees this circular craft. It's sort of on the ground, but it's rising up slowly, and it's got circling lights. And everybody gets out of their car, apparently, and looks at this thing, and it's just slowly raising up. It's kind of like off. It's kind of like near where the screen is, behind it and to the left a little bit. But it's still very close. And so it slowly rises up, and then it stops, and then it stops, and then it just does one of these things where it angles, 45 degrees, and then just took off. And
that's not uncommonly seen. People,
Yeah.
I've seen that, and there's videos too.
Yeah.
Interesting. That was around 1965 was when Zhivago came out.
Oh, thank you, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
and
crazy.
I've done some research on the internet. I can't find this particular event, although Preston Dennett mentioned the other day when he was on Whitley that he has a drive-in theater event. So, yeah. So, back to the, I don't know, should we tie this back to what I was just talking about? So,
Well,
go ahead. Oh, good. If you've got a question.
we've only got about 5 minutes. So you were saying that when we're born, our heads are a little bit too big to really be born from women. And I always thought that it seemed that way. We don't have snouts or anything that can angle out. It's kind of just this bulbous head and shoulders. It is odd. And so are you saying that now I know I don't think you said this, but is it possible that Adam and Eve were the aliens? Is that what we're connecting here?
Genetically hybrids.
Hybrid. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I really meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah. They were the first modern human beings. That's what I think. And interestingly, that kind of brings together the evolution versus creation stories.
Yeah.
Because it says that, okay, God created the world. The native primates were here, but then along comes the gods, Elohim, and they say, let us make man in our own image. And so they did. And I forgot what my train of thought was there, but my train of thought was that there's the evolution versus the creation. I kind of see both here, right? I see evolution of up until that point, natural evolution, and then these gods came in and said, let's mix our genes with them. And the Sumerians supposedly say that the Sumerian literature supposedly says that the purpose was to create workers, right? And you can see parallels to this in the Bible, but they're just very faint. Like it says in the Bible that the purpose was to put him in the garden to till it and keep it. Kind of sounds like he was a worker,
Yeah, I mean, it does. Like some people call this a prison planet too,
Oh yeah, it feels like it.
I don't feel like I belong here. But one thing is, if for all this to be true and the hybridization took place, they would have had to have had the same environment, the same DNA. So we must be from some other planet, and that this planet was created to be like their planet. I guess it would have to, for us to breathe on this planet, have the gravity for us to be who we are and have the skeletal systems we do. It seems like they would have to have an Earth-like planet, which I find very, very rare. But what do I know? The universe is huge, and who knows how many dimensions there are. Did you ever think about that? How it's possible we could be hybrids, but magically we just happen to have the same exact, gravity and combination of hydrogen and all that other stuff, oxygen. I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, well, are you suggesting that we maybe were from all from some other planet, like the Elohim?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Like Mars, or
I have said that before in the past, but now I don't know. I think we may have come from Mars because our body clock is very similar, almost exactly to a Mars day, and
yes,
28 days. Yeah,
I feel well. Not only that, the length of a Mars day is 25 hours, and ours is 24 hours. Why is it that I feel like I want to sleep an hour long or stay up an hour longer?
Me too, man. I don't know.
So
it's
we could in fact, and the other thing that brings up for me is the story of the Ark. Some people have suggested, and it kind of rings a little bit true to me, that it may have been we may have been coming from a different planet and landed on this planet. The Ark might have been like some sort of
I see,
interplanetary transportation, but I don't know.
And maybe it landed in the water. And what about, do you have any take on Atlantis while we're still here for a minute? It's not really fair to ask at this point, but
my best info from Atlantis, there's just the one little vignette I would like to share with you from Dolores Cannon.
Okay.
And she has regressed people, and they've gone back in time, and a lot of them went back to the Atlantis days. And one of them, I'll never forget this because it kind of ties into what I was saying. Remember what I was saying earlier, how the Elohim are apparently very, very attractive human-looking beings.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when they came into Sodom and Gomorrah, was one reason why they were so why they got so much attention. But Dolores, one of Dolores's patients or regression people, said that I'm walking on this road, she said, and we're going towards Atlantis, and there are some people walking towards us, and they're really beautiful people too, as I can see and they're getting closer, and then there was a pause, and then there was like, and Dolores said, what? And she goes, these people are not nice people. And she found out that they were all going to this Colosseum in Atlantis, and they were going to watch some kind of slaughter, and they enjoyed that slaughter of an animal. So
we got to get going. Now I want to thank you very much. They'd automatically timer 2 minutes before we have to go. Larry, thank you very much. We got to have you back on right away, because this was kind of, I feel, unfair to you. And even
My
though,
fault.
it was just, it happens, man. I appreciate you making the effort.
Love
So
to come back on, Rich.
yeah, could you? Because this way we can give you the time you need to fill in what you couldn't and all that. I felt like we had to rush you through, but I do want to thank you. Where can everybody find you at, or if people want to reach out to you or find you?
Sure. There's on the web, you can find me at emergingtruths.com. On Facebook, it's just Larry Gerndt. There is no other. And my email, should I give that out? No, I'll give it out. lgerndt@mac.com.
I can put it in the description of the show so everybody can find you that way too. Thank you, Larry, very much.
Thanks,
Larry
Rich.
Gerndt, and thank you for sharing. We'll have you back on real soon.
Fantastic.
Take care, man.
See ya.
That's Larry, everybody. And we did it as best as we could with little time. And I can't believe this timer actually started. I forgot all about it. I saw it pop up as a reminder. And here it is, yeah. This is the crop circle. What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the
Is it slow?
fields, are they harbingers of world change?
So I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. We'll be back Sunday, the last Sunday until we go back to Saturday. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And I don't know what I'm doing on Sunday. But thank you, moderators. Thank you, super chatters, for an unbelievable night. You guys help support the Goof On. And we do this full time, bring you a lot more guests, more boots on the ground, which we're working on, as you know, and all that stuff. All the links are in the description. Thank you for your support. And newcomers and veterans, thank you very much for giving the show a few minutes. All we ask is that you give it 5 to 15 minutes. If you like it, you come back, you subscribe, you hit the bell, share it to one person, and give it a nice thumbs up. I don't know, whatever. I'm Rich Giordano. Hope you have a nice weekend. It is Friday night. I'm going to go have some ice cream brownie right now. I'm going to reward myself for a day well done. And then later on tonight, third phase UFO report. Don't forget, a couple of hours. I'm Rich Giordano. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. For ufology. Craziest show I think we've ever had. From beginning to the end. I don't want to go. See you later. Bye-bye. What do they mean? What are they?
Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the field. These secrets in the field. What are they? Why are they? Do they mean? What are they?